Hi folks, Steve from Martell Training Group. I just wanted to give you a little bit more information on the video I put out yesterday regarding the Temporary Restraining Order, or TRO, that was issued by U.S. District Judge Renee Bumb, the U.S. District Court for New Jersey. She issued this yesterday. So this has to do with a very important lawsuit. There are multiple lawsuits against the state of New Jersey for the recently enacted gun law that Governor Murphy signed on the 22nd of December of 2022, which pretty much restricts carrying a loaded handgun in pretty much the entire state. So Governor Murphy came out, and him and all the anti-gun politicians, he came out and he made a statement regarding Bruen, which happened in June of last year, which paved the way for law-abiding, responsible gun owners to get permits to carry in New York and also in New Jersey as well. Prior to that, it was very difficult. You had to show a justifiable need in New Jersey or proper cause in New York to get a permit to carry. But since Bruen decision, the U.S. Supreme Court decision back in June of last year, it paved the way for hundreds, if not thousands, of people to start applying in New York and also New Jersey. So what Governor Murphy did was he said, well, of course we're going to abide by the U.S. Supreme Court decision, meaning we'll issue the permits to carry. But then he had his legislators or anti-gun politicians draft a gun law which pretty much bans carrying a loaded handgun in the entire state of New Jersey. They created what's called, they call sensitive places, which are just gun-free zones. They're government mandated gun-free zones. And he pretty much covered the entire state, including your own personal vehicle. So you can't carry a loaded gun, even if you have a permit to carry in New Jersey, in your own vehicle, unless it's unloaded, ammo separate from the firearm in a closed and fastened secured case. This prompted multiple lawsuits. So the one I'm talking about today is Coons versus Reynolds, and that's one individual that's part of the lawsuit. The other plaintiffs are the Second Amendment Foundation, the Firearms Policy Coalition Incorporated, Coalition of New Jersey Firearms Owners, and the New Jersey Second Amendment Society. This is an important lawsuit. It was fast-tracked. It seemed to be fast-tracked to me over the New Year's holiday week, and Judge Renee Bumb issued the temporary restraining order. So in this lawsuit, the plaintiffs challenged 4 sensitive places. There's a list of about 25 places in this law Governor Murphy signed back in December. There are about 25 sensitive places, and your personal vehicle. You can't carry a handgun in your vehicle. So in this lawsuit, they challenged 4 of the 25 places, and the vehicle restriction as well. So that's all that Judge Renee Bumb looked at regarding this lawsuit, and she issued a TRO. So she stated that the plaintiffs made the requisite showing for emergent relief, and she issued a temporary restraining order, which means state, county, municipal, local police cannot enforce these 4 sensitive places that were challenged in the lawsuit and the vehicle restriction. So she ordered that temporary restraining order, which means until there's a hearing for a preliminary injunction hearing, pending the outcome of that, the state of New Jersey cannot enforce these 4 sensitive places plus the vehicle restriction that are challenged in the lawsuit. In summary, I'm not an attorney, but I read through her opinion, which it's a 60-page opinion. I'm going to put links to her opinion and the order in the description. So I encourage you to read through it, read part of it, read some of it, read all of it. It's very good read, where she actually quotes and talks about other decisions like the Heller decision and the Bruen decision, where she states that based on this lawsuit or this request for relief, she's saying that the plaintiffs are saying that these 4 sensitive places that they've chosen to challenge in the new law that was just signed by Governor Murphy, they're saying that they believe they're unconstitutional. And she's saying that based on the other former decisions like the Bruen decision, there's a good chance that they're right and that this will succeed for them. She's issuing the order based on that. So she brings up Bruen, she brings up other cases as well, and she basically talks about historical precedents and the fact that because the state of New Jersey tried to say, hey, we need more time. And her response was basically, you had 6 months. Obviously, you don't have any more than you're showing the court She also talks about the statistics that the state of New Jersey put forth in the bill and also in their motion that they filed with the court, basically saying X amount of people are killed with firearms or injured with firearms. And she basically said the state of New Jersey has no empirical data to support the armed, law-abiding gun owners increase the shootings or injuries with firearms. She put that out there to say that the state of New Jersey has no empirical. They're saying that that's the case, but they have no evidence to support it. So she lists all these reasons why there's reason or cause to issue the TRO pending the outcome of the preliminary injunction hearing. So she even says in her opinion that states may regulate firearms and restrict firearms if there's historical precedence. So she puts in her opinion that, yeah, you can do it, but there has to be an historical basis for it. You can't just make up your own restrictions. And that's what the state of New Jersey has done, or at least they've tried to do. So the timeline for this now, she's ordered the parties to submit a briefing schedule for a preliminary injunction hearing. Now this is good news, I think. It seems to be being fast-tracked, this particular lawsuit. And again, there are other lawsuits, and some people say, well, how come they only challenged 4 of the 25 places? Well, I read through the 60-page opinion, and I believe that these 4 places that they selected for this lawsuit, I think there was a reason for it. I think it's pretty clear that they can prove that at least these 4 places are unconstitutional based on Bruen and other precedents that has been set in the past by the U.S. Supreme Court. And I think this is just the beginning. I think it opens the door. The judge during the hearing, the judge can look at the entire law, and maybe parts of it will be vacated. I don't know that the entire law is going to be thrown out necessarily. There are parts to the law that probably make some sense as far as the safety, the training, and the securing of the firearms. For example, when you leave it in your vehicle, there's parts of the law that aren't bad necessarily. It's just restricting it pretty much everywhere in the state of New Jersey is just they've gone way too far. So we'll see what happens, but I think there's a reason why they picked these 4 sensitive places out of the 25 and the vehicle. I think it's just the beginning, folks, and I think this just opens the door. I think good things are on the way for responsible, law-abiding gun owners who want to exercise their Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms. If you like this video, please hit the like button and share it, and consider subscribing if you haven't already for more videos and to stay up to date on the firearms issues in the state of New Jersey. Thanks for watching. Take care and stay safe.